Hello everyone, welcome to your second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot with the Gilded Tarot on the tarot table, because the Gilded royal family has been on display very much in the past day or so with the state visit of President Trump and the royals laying it on thick. Very impressive display, and I'm looking at how it might have gone down in Montecito. Those watching in Montecito have had a look at Meghan already. Now we're going to look at Harry. Harry, of course, had his own little tour of the UK last week. It seems an eternity ago. And compared with what we saw last night at the state dinner, Harry's pathetic little attempts at grabbing attention, paying royal authors and journalists to write articles praising him and denouncing Prince William, in my opinion, paying for that level of press. It looks pitiful. Timu royals, many people call Harry and Meghan, and his little sad tour of the UK really looks so shabby and so pathetic in comparison with what we saw yesterday, and particularly William and Catherine. And of course, President Trump made some rather pointed comments. He didn't mention Harry by name, but he did praise Prince William, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales. He said, His Majesty has raised a remarkable son in His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales. Remarkable, really amazing. We've got to know you. He's talking to William, of course, and I think you're going to have unbelievable success in future. And of course, we all know he's meaning as king, but he can't say that. He's trying to be tactful. And then Donald Trump also praised King Charles as the person who's done the most for wounded veterans. So he got 2 jabs in there that must have landed. Well, we're going to see if they landed with Harry. How does Harry feel watching all of that? Did he want to be there? How did he feel about William, the remarkable son, who's going to be so unbelievably successful in future? Did he regret any life choices as he watched? Because I'm sure he did watch and take notes, got his colouring book out and scribbled on it while he was watching, drooling a bit over the colouring book. How did that go down? Regrets for life choices, for deciding to be a Timu royal. He's now in the Harry Walker agency. You can hire him out to speak at corporate events if you want. What else do we want to know? Oh, we want to know outcome, impact on Harry, and in my opinion, his obsessive, unhealthy desire to compete with Big Brother, with Prince William. What's this going to do? Is it going to set him off again? Or is he going to give up and admit defeat? And even though William is more bald, because William didn't have the hair transplant and take the hair medicine, the hair loss medication that can lead to impotence. Well, Prince William looked damn fine last night, and with that sensationally beautiful princess on his arm as well. Tarot for fun and entertainment, who he obviously loves and adores. Fun and entertainment, or my opinion, or wild speculation. Just read energy here and disclaimer in the box below. Let's see how the has-been is feeling now. Of course, his big jaunt to the UK completely disappeared under all of this press. Oh, the devil, and the devil in reverse. I would love to be shot of the toxic situation he's in, but it's also unhealthy obsession, the devil. So 2 things. He wants out of the mess that he's in, the toxic relationship he's in, the awfully messy situation he's got himself into in Montecito, the visa trouble, the possibly financial trouble, other kinds of trouble too, possibly. But the devil is mostly about obsession and addiction, and he is obsessed with his brother in an unhealthy way. Very interesting that should show up as a big and very ugly card as our underlying energy, and I'm reading it as excessive malice towards brother in that energy because the card is in reverse. That's how it's reading for me as an energy reader, and of course it is all my opinion and allegedly. Heart of the matter, what are we dealing with? The Four of Cups in reverse. Oh, I wish I hadn't just walked away from all of that. I wish I hadn't turned it down. I wish I hadn't found it so boring. I was so bored with it. I thought it would be so much more fun in California. I could smoke my bongs and play video games and surf and ride my bicycle and play with the dog and all of that stuff, instead of having to do all this boring royal stuff. But now, oh, I would like to have that chance again if only I could. There it is, Four of Cups in reverse. It's a do-over energy. Please, 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 can I have that again? I'll be more interested this time. I might put more effort into it this time, as we have seen in his little Temu tour that he did last week of the UK and Ukraine, let's not forget. So how did he feel watching the display? How did he feel? Three of Wands. Three of Wands is interesting because it's kind of like expectation and hope. They're as deluded as each other. I also got odd energy for Megan, and her reading was a similar question. She seemed to think that she could command and it would manifest this kind of notice and, fabulousness. He's like, well, I'm waiting for the call. When are they going to call me and say, come on, we've got a seat for you at the table? It's very optimistic. He believes that he's in with a shot. I think he attended one state dinner years and years ago when he was first dating Madame, and they wouldn't let Madame go in a tiara, and he went with poor Rose Hanbury, and we all know what happened to Rose Hanbury afterwards, and is still going on in certain more sort of slimy crevices of the internet, if you want to go and dig around in there and get some hideous disease. There it is though. He believes, or he hopes, or he expects that the call is coming because he did so brilliantly last week on his own little Temu tour. So how did he feel when Prince William was praised as the remarkable son? He was going to be an unbelievable success in future. What did he feel in that moment? Nine of Wands. Ooh, it hurt. It hurt. And of course, Harry, back in February when Donald Trump was asked if he was going to deport Harry with all the drug stuff and the visa scandal, he said, oh no, I'll leave him alone. He's got enough problems with his wife. She's terrible. A wonderful quote that will live on. Not in infamy, it will live on. And we will all hark back to it reverently from time to time, no matter what one might personally think of Donald Trump. He did have his moments, or does have his moments. Nine of Wands. He's feeling embattled with that. He's feeling wounded. It's a very wounded energy, the Nine of Wands, because so many missiles have been lobbed over the parapets, and the person who's on the castle ramparts has been hit in the head a few times by the things that have been fired from those machines that they had in the Middle Ages to lay siege to castles. And as I say, there's some dents in that head at this point. Doesn't like it at all, and he doesn't feel that he's got any recourse, any comeback. When it's so vividly said and so publicly said, Donald Trump didn't have to pay anyone. Well, not Donald Trump. Prince William didn't have to pay anyone to print that. It just got said and then it got printed all over the world. Quite the difference, don't you think? So, no, not happy at all. Not happy. Regrets, any? I got the Ace of Swords. I don't think he's got the self-awareness to have regrets with that energy. The Ace of Swords is, I was telling my truth. We've seen that. My conscience is clear. I was setting I was telling things, I was telling the truth about things that had been very one-sided, and I had my opportunity to tell my truth, Ace of Swords, and so I told it. So he thinks that he's in the right. He thinks he's got justice on his side. I'm sure he's been told that over and over and over and over and over. What's this going to do? We've already got the devil on the table. What's this going to do? This praise of Prince William, this recognition of Prince William as a statesman. What's it going to do to this, in my opinion, very unhealthy obsession, this desire to trounce his brother, to possibly even oust him and take his place, that I think beating there in the black heart of the has-been impact. 10 of Wands. Interesting, because it follows this 9 of Wands energy. 10 of Wands is close to collapse, close to the end of the road. How much longer can he struggle on his own, carrying all these burdens? The burdens pile on, and the burdens are PR kind of burdens with Wands, that William is getting this effortlessly good press, however much Harry's people, shall we say, influence the British press to write hateful things about Prince William and try and knock him off his perch. The one who's been knocked off his perch is the Timur royal prince has-been, and he's struggling. And he's going to struggle. He's struggling because he's isolated himself with that 10 of Wands energy. The insults, the wounds, the PR wounds are piling higher and higher. And it gets heavier and heavier, this burden, and more difficult to carry. And at some point in that 10 of Wands energy, he's going to collapse. He's going to fall over. He's going to give up. He can't compete, even though he's been told and he believes he was just telling his truth, and he's the one that isn't lying, and he's the one that's in the right. Everything else is pointing in the opposite direction. And even as one as dumb and as unself-aware as Harry is, in my opinion, can't fail to notice at some point that William is thriving despite everything, and the praise that he's getting is deserved and is earned, and he's growing in stature as Harry is more and more diminished. How this person is sort of huddled over under this burden of the 10 of Wands. Prince William standing tall, regal, waiting, a king in waiting. This is a peasant carrying his little bundle of sticks that he's gone into the woods to scavenge, to make a pathetic little fire to keep himself warm on a chilly night and a chilly autumn evening. That is the reading. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.